I don't know how you got here or where you're from, but I am really super glad that you came. I'm Mindy Stern, and today I'm going to talk to you about the number one tool that you can easily use to keep yourself on track to achieve all of your goals and even surpass them. In order to explain the concept clearly, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. Is that okay? Well, I used to be a naturally fit person. I could walk, run, play sports, play with my kids freely and easily without feeling any limitations. With age and increased immobility due to mostly working at home and spending a lot of times in the office and with clients, and here I just want to remind you, you can look at commandment number 3 of Successful Self-Employed Superwoman, where there I discuss with you about how you can make more time for yourself, something I needed to learn how to do myself. But anyway, I started making more time for myself, and about 6 months ago, I started to walk on a regular basis to get back into shape. I started walking in the neighborhood for, let's say, about 20 to 30 minutes at a time. And I didn't really pay much attention to the time itself because I was paying a lot of attention to how I felt, how tired I was getting, or if my legs started to hurt me. And it's sad because, I'm walking only 20 minutes here and I was really out of shape and it was getting me tired. So it's a sad commentary on my life, actually, but I won't get into that now. However, having said that, a few weeks ago, I joined together with my children a health club. And because it's the middle of the summer here and it's super hot, I decided that I would go take my walk on the treadmill at the gym. In the air conditioning, it would be much more pleasant. I have to tell you that it was a totally different experience than walking in the neighborhood. Now, I'm not going to talk to you about the atmosphere. That is neither here nor there. What made all the difference was the tools that were offered there right on the treadmill. The technology on the treadmill automatically measured time, distance, speed, and heart rate. As I was walking, I was not focusing on how I felt, but I was focusing on the numbers. I was driven to beat those numbers. Anyone kind of associate themselves with that kind of feeling, to be driven to beat the numbers? Well, that was me in this case. But first, I made a goal for myself. I wanted to walk 2 kilometers in half an hour, right? I was walking in the neighborhood 20 to 30 minutes. So here also, I wanted to walk the 30 minutes. First, I made a goal for myself, and I wanted to walk 2 kilometers in half an hour. For me, that was really stretching my limits for what I was able to do in the neighborhood. And I succeeded on the very first try. Even though my legs hurt me, I didn't stop. I pushed myself to reach my goal, and because I saw the numbers in front of me, I knew exactly when I would reach that goal, and I did it. So what happened was, the next time I went to take a walk on the treadmill, which was only a couple of days later, I was going to do the same thing, but as I finished the half hour, I remembered a goal that I had made to myself when I first started walking. And that goal was that I wanted to walk 5 kilometers. So instead of stopping after the half hour, the 2 kilometers that I had done this time and the time before it, I decided to continue and see if I could do another kilometer. And I did. And instead of getting off the treadmill, I continued to walk. Now, just as a side note, so you'll understand the process I went through. The first half hour was a programmed walk. I mean, I pressed the button and it gave me a half hour time to walk. That was the limit. It was set to finish in 30 minutes exactly. And when I decided to keep on walking, I had to choose a different program, which was for 1 hour. Okay, and I said to myself, okay, I just want to walk another kilometer. That's my goal. So I'll stop it, when I reach my goal. But it was actually a second program, and I saw on the screen, a 60-minute countdown. So what do you think happened? I'm going to take a minute, and you're welcome to share down below in your comments what you think happened after I went the half hour, and then I reprogrammed the treadmill for the hour walk, and I set a goal for walking another kilometer. What do you think actually happened to me? What do you think? Well, I will tell you, after I reached my next goal of walking the extra kilometers, that means I walked already 3 kilometers, I kept on walking. In the end, I walked the full program, meaning in total, I walked over 6 kilometers in 1.5 hours. Woo! Bravo, Mindy. High five. That was so cool. Are you getting this? I felt like a superstar. It also took me, by the way, it also took me a couple of minutes to get back my my land legs. Yeah, I felt like I had sea legs. But I was an absolute superstar. Not only did I surpass, the 20 minutes I was walking in the neighborhood and feeling really tired, exhausted, and hurting legs, I surpassed my first walk on the treadmill, which is a half hour and 2 kilometers. And I even surpassed my goal that I had set for myself when I started walking of 5 kilometers. I reached 6 kilometers and I was walking a straight full hour and a half. I mean, that is amazing. And why do you think that when I was walking in the neighborhood, you barely walked the 20 minutes, and only the second time on the treadmill I was able to walk for an hour and a half and surpass my goals? Why do you think that happened? I'm going to pause for a minute and give you time to write your answers in the comment below. It's super important. I want you to start thinking, what is the difference between my walking in the neighborhood and my walking on the treadmill? Why was in the neighborhood I was able to barely do 20 minutes, maybe a half hour, and on the treadmill only after my second time I was able to walk for an hour and a half and walk over 6 kilometers. What was the difference? Okay, you need more time? 20 more seconds. Okay, thank you. I was able to improve my results so dramatically because I was measuring the results. Measurement is the trick. Peter Drucker, a very famous management consultant of the last century and founder of many, many universal business models, once said, if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. And I actually learned that quote from a man named Dan Kennedy, not from Drucker himself. Dan Kennedy adopted it, and I learned it from him. He's one of my big time mentors. Well, if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. And this is absolutely true. It is amazing how quickly you can improve your results in your business once you start measuring them. Look at me and the walking story. Once I saw the numbers, the measurements, I was subconsciously driven to beat them and go to the next level. And I'll always be driven to go to the next level and look for the things that will support me to do it. Okay? Measurement is everything in your business. You can measure everything, and that is the way that you will always be improving your results. So I want to give you first, before I go into the techniques and beliefs and behaviors that you should adopt in regard to measurement, I want to give you a list of some things that you can measure in your business. And the list is endless, but here are just a few examples. Some examples of some customer-related measurements. You can measure how many clients or customers you have. You can measure how many or how often your customer makes a purchase, how much your customer buys from you. These are all measurements that you can record them and review them. You can measure how many customer calls are made per week, incoming and outgoing. Here's some financial measurements that you can make. Measure the revenue per product, measure your costs, measure your profit margins. Some marketing measurements. You can measure how many people responded to a specific advertisement or how many people who responded to the advertisement actually purchased. You can measure how many follow-up calls you did and how many people from the follow-up calls actually purchased. Okay, keep measuring. And here's some things that you can measure in manufacturing. You can measure how long it takes to manufacture a certain product. You can measure how much inventory you had or need. And you can measure the manpower you need in order to manufacture. And the list goes on and on and on, because you can measure everything in your business, and you can improve everything in your business, and it will lead to better efficiency, effectiveness, and profitability, which actually is the goal of every business. So now on to the techniques, beliefs, and behaviors that will help you measure your goals and improve your results. Say bye to my son. He's very cute. See, there are advantages of working from home. Okay, so I want to talk about two techniques. The first technique is, use spreadsheets. Okay, you need to have some sort of list. It can be on paper, but I think it's easier if you do it on a spreadsheet. Whatever spreadsheet you like to use. If you already know how to use a spreadsheet, use that. You don't need to use something else. I'm not going to recommend anything specifically. If you do not know how to use a spreadsheet, learn. I mean, you can even learn on YouTube. It's very, very easy. You do not need to use all the functions. The purpose of it is to make lists. You ask your question. Let's say you want to know how many customers purchased. Yeah. So you want to know. Let's say write down your customer's name, the items that they purchased, and the prices that they purchased them for. Okay, so you can see per week how many customers came, what items they purchased, and the total value that you got from your customers. So once you know this number, you can actually say, okay, now what do I do to improve this? Now that was 5 customers this week, so how do I get to 6 customers this week? And your mind starts working. But it will not start working if you don't measure, if you don't have the numbers in front of you. Okay, so use a spreadsheet. They're easy to learn, just very, very basic. Use them as lists, maybe to calculate the numbers if you want, but no major functions. Don't think that it's very difficult. Okay, next technique that you can use is, and it's important, really important, is to get your team on board. Okay, when you start measuring the results in your business in any capacity, it really leads to better efficiency. In order to become very efficient, you need to get everyone on board. Everyone needs to be measuring their results. Now, it could very well be that your employees or your teams will show you a little bit of resistance when it comes to measuring, because once they start measuring their results, then they think that, now you as the employer are going to see what their results are, and maybe their results don't meet up to your par, and there's a chance that you'll be dissatisfied with them, and maybe even fire them. Employees do not like to be measured, okay? But here is your big challenge, to get them involved. Bring them on board, show them the importance of measuring, show them how they can benefit from the measuring, and maybe you want to even put in some kind of incentive program, which I really believe in, incentive programs, that when they measure and they reach their next goals, that you can define them together, they have some sort of bonus, some sort of incentive to do that. And the bonus does not have to be economic. It can be lots of different things, employee of the month type of thing. That could be economic as well, or it could be special privileges that they can get. Okay, whatever it might be. But that's one way that you can use to get your team on board, because they have to start measuring. They have to start seeing the importance of it. And when we get to some of the behaviors, they'll be very, very important, key to one of the behaviors that I'm going to talk about, okay? So very important. Don't do it by yourself. Don't do it in a way that is threatening to your employees, to your team. Get them on board to understand the importance and get them to start measuring also. Okay, next. Now I'm going to talk about 3 different beliefs that you may have that may prevent you from measuring or measuring effectively. Okay, so let's say here, the first one I was thinking about, which I hear a lot when I start working with clients about starting to measure their business, is it takes too much time. Yes, measuring takes time. It makes time, but it actually, in the long run, it will save you time and effort and money. So yes, invest the time now to set up the system. That might take actually the most amount of time is setting up what you want to measure, setting up the system, maybe making the Excel, maybe making a table on a piece of paper, a chart, maybe explaining it to your team. Setting it up can take time because you want to do it right. But also remember, it's dynamic. Set it up, and as you go, you will think of more and more things that you need to measure in order to really get very effective information from it. But you want to, like I said, I'm going back to the time. So setting it up will take some time, okay, to get it right, usable, and everyone on board. Once it's set up, it can become routine. It does take time, but not a lot of time. It's just remembering, mostly it's remembering to measure the results online so you don't have to go back to it and then struggle to remember what they are. Okay, so have a mechanism for measuring them in real time. Okay, so then it just it becomes redundant work. It becomes like brushing your teeth. Brushing your teeth also takes time, but you don't remember, you don't feel it, doesn't disrupt your day. Okay, so your measuring tools also won't take much time to do it. Okay, so you're just setting it up, and then the maintenance of it is really not a lot of time at all. Okay, maybe you could say, how would you change the belief? It takes too much time. You can say, instead of it takes too much time, how about it is worthwhile to invest the time in setting up systems to measure my business and improve it. To measure and improve my business. I like that belief much, much more than it takes time, too much time to measure. Okay? Now you're always welcome. Whenever we're working on beliefs, I highly recommend that you write your new beliefs down in the comments below. Write them down, shout them out to the world, because then it goes into your subconscious. So here, the new belief I have is, it takes too much time. So the new belief is, it feels so good to invest the time to measure things in my business so that I can improve them. That's a much better belief. The second belief I want to talk about is, I like things the way they are. Okay, you may like things the way they are, and they might seem very efficient. However, reality is very subjective. Okay, there's a difference between truth or your reality and facts. Okay, so you might like the way things are, but you might also like the way things could be as well. Okay, so the measurement of what's going on in your business, of even the little things in your business, give you the facts. And with the facts, you can create a new reality. You can create a new reality that you like just as well, or you like it better because it's more effective and more efficient and more profitable. Okay, that's a great belief. Okay, instead of I like things the way they are, you can say I like to create things that are effective and efficient and profitable. Okay, and then the creation is the action. It's going on. It's improving. The way things are might be good, but that doesn't mean that they can also be good and be better. Okay, so that's a good belief. Okay, and the third belief is here. I go with my gut feelings. Okay? Again, I'm going to go back to what I said in the last belief, is that your business should not be based on your feelings, on your subjective reality or truth. What it should be based on is fact. Okay, so try to get down to the fact, to the nitty-gritty, and find out what's going on in your business. And now the results that you have today, I'm not going to qualify them and say whether they're good or bad. I'm just saying that once you know them, just like I knew how fast I was walking, or the distance I was going, or how many calories I was burning, it gave me impetus, it gave me drive, it gave me motivation to go a little bit more, to stretch my limits a little bit more. And that's what happens exactly with a measurement. Okay? When you're looking at the measurement, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad or you're not going to go with your intuition on something. It just means that you have a fact now that you can deal with, and you can use that fact to make improvements, to make your intuition, your gut feeling, make decisions based on your gut feeling and based on the facts combined. Okay? It doesn't mean, I don't mean not to use your intuition. Your intuition is really good. But when you use your intuition based on fact, and not something subjective, a subjective reality or a feeling, a subjective feeling, will get you a lot further in your goals. Okay, so intuition is really good, but fact combined with intuition is fantastic. That's the best way to go. Okay, so instead of I go with my gut feeling, you can say, yes, I go with my gut feeling and I support them with facts and come to great conclusions or come to great solutions. Okay, not by itself, not isolated. And don't build your business based on your gut. Build your business based on the results that you're getting on your business and things that are fact. Okay, I'm going to go now to behaviors that you should adopt in your business in order to be able to measure and improve your results. The first behavior I want to discuss with you is, excuse me, be diligent in your measuring, okay? When you decide to work with measurements in your business, you need to measure all the time, okay? It's not 1 week yes, 1 week no. It's not that I'm going to measure my clients for 1 month and then I'm not going to do it anymore. Or it's not that I do an advertisement and I'm going to measure the feedback I get from the advertisement for 1 week. It's enough. Don't do that. Once you set up the system, which took you time to set up the system for measurement, do it all the time, okay? All the time. And there are a lot of things in your business where you need to be measuring all the time. You want to improve your results because you want to improve the results of your business all the time. You want to improve the processes of your business. I mean, improving a process of the business could actually save you a lot of time and money. And that's what you want to do. You want to be in your business the most effective, efficient, and profitable that you can be. And the measurement will get you to be there. So be diligent. Measure all of the time. Again, once you set up the processes, it will not take you too long to implement it, to do the measuring from day to day. Okay, next behavior that I'd like you to adopt is review what you have measured. Look at the numbers. Don't just have everyone on board, including yourself, or using technology to measure what's going on in your business, but review them, learn from them, look at them, play with the charts. Talk to your team who is measuring also with you. Talk to them about it. Talk about the results. Ask them how to improve them, or what do they see? What is recurring? What is missing? What are you learning? All this measurement is a learning tool, not just a motivator to go to the next level. Well, it is a motivator to go to the next level, but it's a motivator, and you can go to the next level because you are learning something. You see what's missing, or you can see trends that are going on. Or you can see that maybe you're advertising and you're not getting a lot of response, or you're getting a lot of response and you're not getting a lot of conversion. So you can see where the problem is or where you need to improve along the process. The review of the measurement is important. It is the most important because that's where all your learning is done. So there are some things that you might need to review on a yearly basis. There are some things that you might want to review on a monthly basis. There are some things you might want to review on a weekly basis. And there are some things, such as, let's say, sales. It's something that you might want to review on a daily basis. Okay? So do it. Check it out. Or maybe I forgot, quarterly. You can review things also on a quarterly basis. It doesn't mean when I say review that you have to review everything all the time and then you have no time also for work, for strategy, whatever, for doing your profession as well. So I want you to have time for that. But the review is really super important. So make time for review. Okay. And the last, but not least, behavior that I would like you to have in regard to measurements is to lead your business and your business results. And that's actually what measurement will give you the ability to be a leader, to drive your business and your results, not just to go with the flow and to go with your gut intuition and let things be the way they are, continue to be the way they are. What you want to do is you want to lead your business. And lead means that you're going somewhere. Lead does not mean staying still. It doesn't mean staying stagnant. It doesn't mean keeping in the same place. You want to lead your business into the future. You want to lead your business to better results. You want to lead your business to a place where you have more time on your hands, where you have to be less active in your business, or you can grow your business and be more active in different parts of it. You actually want to start becoming a manager of in your business, to manage it and start to strategize where you want your business to go. Okay, the tools, the measuring the results is the basic tool that you need in order to lead your business and the people in your business and your team to a better future. So you have the guts, the courage, the audacity, the assertiveness to create your own business. Now you need to work on the muscles to lead your own business into the direction that you want to bring it. And the best tool to decide on where you want to lead it and how you want to progress is to measure the results that you're getting today and to decide on new results that you want to get in the future, and then build a way to that. So in this Power Boost broadcast, I was speaking about the importance of measurement. It is the #1 tool you can use to keep yourself focused on your goals and actually surpass them. So I'm Mindy Stern signing off. I am dedicated to your personal, your financial, and your business empowerment. Have a wonderful day.